He has a tumour in the throat, which is also stage 3 cancer, and he also has a tumour in the face, which is stage 4. What they have to do is they've drained the one in his throat a couple of weeks ago when we were actually down there. So he actually had a cut from one ear to the other and from the middle to the chin. So that's all healed up, luckily, though. He also has to have half of his face removed and bone removed from his top jaw, bone removed from his arm to replace that bone in his face, and he basically just got to have his face put back on and see a plastic surgeon after, which is just going to add more on top of it. So he started his 6 weeks, first round of 6 weeks radiation today down in Sydney, so he was kind of nervous about that.
So explain exactly what you have planned for this coming weekend.
So on Saturday, 6 p.m, I'll go live. You'll be able to see me, hear me, and see my computer screen. You'll only be able to see what the games I'm playing, though, unless I choose to put an image up or, a bit of text or something that I want up. I'm choosing to play games over that whole 48 hours because I know that that appeals to a much bigger audience and it'll keep me awake. Most importantly, keep me awake. Probably about every hour. So there'll be 48 different segments on, survivors, lost loved ones, and just different stories and that. It's not just to raise funds and help my dad's cancer treatment, but also awareness.
How do you think it will actually go, though? Who do you think will tune in to YouTube just to kind of watch you sitting there playing computer games?
I don't know. It's like I done this about 3-4 years ago for SIDS and Kids. I know what I'm in for. The last 12 hours are going to be tedious, but this one's more closer to the heart, so it's going to be even more emotional because parts of the actual 48 hours are going to have segments of people submitting stories about survivors, their stories, and people that have lost loved ones. I know with the SIDS and Kids one, I had to stop here and there because reading those stories out, seeing the photos people were sending through that I was putting up on the stream, I had to stop 5 minutes here and there, and it got really emotional. I was like, nah, I need 5 minutes, I'll be back, guys. And the chat just went, it was hard, but it was worth it at the end of it. It was definitely worth it. Whatever anyone can help with, every cent, every dollar helps. It's, to help him because he lives 9 hours away from Sydney. So it's the travel, the accommodation, and then the treatment on top. In the state that he's in, he can't work, cancer treatment and plastic surgery on top, and travel, and you're paying rent home, and then you're going to be paying rent for accommodation in 2 different places. You can't do it.
And when was he diagnosed?
He was actually diagnosed about 2-3 months ago. I knew that he was going. We knew that he had a cancerous spot of some sort. On my side of the family, almost every single male 40 plus has been wiped with cancer. So I know it's just a thing with our family. We've all noticed. We know your male side and you're on our family, you're done after 40. But when a cancer patient's going through chemo and radiation, it's like they've been awake for 48 hours straight each time. They're so tired, maybe more. If I'm content, happy, talking to people, have something to do, I'll be fine. And I'll whack out that 48 hours just like they have to. I'm not going to give in. They can't give in, so I'm not going to.
48 hours of staying awake then, so how do you plan to do that?
I've actually got 8 different cans of the large V's that I've got to stretch out over the 48 hours, and I have 6 different flavoured coffees.
And how do you tackle anything else, like, needing to head off to just spend a penny, change clothes or whatever in the 48 hours?
I've allocated 20 minutes total that's going to be used. It's going to have a stopwatch there. That's all I'm allowed to use. Obviously I can still eat. I'll just have the camera off. But basically it'll still stay live. I hit one button and the screen will transition into be right back.
And so you've got a good support network to keep you supplied with your hot coffees and food and things?
A 4-year-old, a 3-year-old and a 15-month-old that I'm certain will keep me entertained.